Diaspora. Populations such as members of an ethnic or a religious group that originate from the same place but dispersed in different locations. Diaspora. Greetings and salutations. This is your girl, Outspoken Diva, and let's have a talk about it, shall we? What are we talking about today? First off, before we talk about what we're gonna talk about, those of you who are members of the African diaspora, have a seat. Everybody, come on, give you a little time. Those of you who are not, y'all can stay, but the discussion is not really towards you. But y'all can listen in and learn. And yeah, thank you for coming. And yeah, okay. Those of you who are part of the African diaspora, have a seat. Okay. That's why I left started this off with a definition of diaspora. So if you are the African definition of that, African portion of that definition, yeah, have a seat. Uh, Now, before I tell you what this is about, what we're going to talk about, let's talk about what we're not going to talk about. We're not going to talk about why Black Americans or African Americans, those of us who were born in this country, uh, why we can't don't know where we come from, as opposed, as it pertains to Africa, even though yeah, countries like Ghana, Liberia, Nigeria, countries from the continent Africa did not exist during the African slave trade. So, of course, we don't know where we from. We're not going to talk about how come places like Panama and Haiti and Jamaica are never asked that same question or said about. Okay, we're not going to talk about uh, uh, how people from that are not from America feel that black people feel as though we are gatekeeping uh, certain words like the N word. I don't feel like I, outspoken diva, does do not think that we're gatekeeping. My question is, whenever I hear that question, and not just from people of the African diaspora, but anyone who that is not Black American, why would you want to say that word? Okay. Um, we're not going to talk about how just like you all are influenced and what you know about Black America or America in general is because of TV and because that's what you guys are shown and what y'all are taught in school, or what you do know about us. That's what we're taught also, if we're even taught anything, and what we're shown about you. We are, I remember when it was still shown that people in Africa lived in only huts and had bones in their noses. But we're not going to talk about how mainstream media and mainstream education has warped and influenced what we think about each other. We're not going to really talk about that. What are we going to talk about? We are going to talk about how it is February all over the globe, and in Canada and in Germany and in the United States, we are celebrating Black History Month. That is where we set aside time to talk about, or let's do it this way. We really focus in February, but in the United States, it's Black History Month 365. 24/7. Okay, whenever we bring up a black fact, we bring it up. Okay, but we talk about the accomplishments and the positive parts of our history, not just slavery and civil rights and Jim Crow and things that we talk about the inventors, um, the athletes, the actresses, the actors, governmental, just positive facts about us, period. Okay. And I like to focus in on just my channel here, things that we things that they did not teach us in school. Okay. Uh you don't get to know about what was Black Wall Street. You don't get to know that in school. I didn't learn about Black Wall Street until I was in college, and I just happened to see this movie. This one little movie. I'll leave it down below the movie I'm talking about. Some of y'all, some people in just in the United States didn't find out about Black Wall Street until watching a TV show called The Watchmen on HBO. Okay, we don't, just like you all are not truly taught about America, and especially not about Black America or any other uh, ethnicity of America that lives here. Um, just like you guys are not taught about us. We're not taught about you guys. And we, instead of getting on, thanks to TikTok and on the internet, and saying all the things that you think about us, and you know and we have each culture has to correct each other, and we're not doing it in we're doing it kind of snarkily and not as positive. We're kind of mean to each other when we have to correct each other or say things, or a very, very matter of fact, like um we don't you know who it is our responsibility to teach one another, and instead of using our platforms to having to correct one another or show one up, how about we use these platforms to teach one another the real history, the history that's not in the books, the history that's not on the TV, the our culture, show off our cultures that we don't, the mainstream media does not show. And when I say mainstream media, that also means social media also. Okay? Like I said, just like y'all see us, and I know, I mean, I'm fully aware that you all's outside of America, y'all are influenced by TV and television and books and radio, and what y'all learn about the internet. I mean, on the internet and all that kind of stuff. But just because y'all can watch Family Matters or watch music videos, of those type of ways. Also, sometimes look at what somebody else, look at the history. There are a lot of people just in the United States alone that are putting down, talking about, as we say, black facts. And I know in each of you all's countries and continents, y'all are doing the same thing. There's somebody in South Africa is talking about more than just Nelson Mandela. There's someone that's making sure that Norman Beekman is not is a great actor, but he's not a native born from the UK. And there's other people from New Zealand, Australia, Panama, Brazil, uh, Jamaica, all over this country, Canada, everywhere, all over this country. There are so many of us from the diaspora that we could be learning from one another. And that is what I challenge you all. That's what I want to talk about. All this month, I will be showing you, highlighting different people in our history that we don't know about. I mean, and this is not my first year doing it on this platform. On my channel, there is a playlist called February. You will see that I have talked about other topics in Black American history. So, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, okay? But I want to learn about other countries. What did the black people, those of people of the African diaspora, what are you doing? I mean, who are the people shaping your history in your country? What are the wonderful facts? What's the culture? What's the food? You know, when Keith Lee went to the UK, oh my God, people were very upset that he ate uh uh English breakfast wrong. But then they were like, "Well, you need to be in Brixton. What is Brixton?" You know, I mean, I know what Brixton is, but somebody didn't know what somebody. You know, I watched different web shows from that were based in the UK. So, I do know some things. So, but someone didn't do that, okay? You know, in Australia, I know about the rabbit fence, okay? And I know about the Aborigines and what happened to them with the children, them taking the children out of the home. Somebody doesn't, and how that shaped their country. New Zealand. I want to know about you guys. All the countries in Africa, in the continent of Africa. I want to know. Who are the people shaping your country? What is the facts? What are the histories? What does mainstream books and mainstream TV not telling us? Okay? That's what we want to know. Instead of y'all having all these questions and stuff, and how come we don't know this, even though the history we're people have told y'all time and time again. Okay, there are numerous reasons why black people who were born here, who I cannot trace my family past being free from the Emancipation Proclamation, and we know why, because of slavery. Okay, no one is tracing that. That oral history is not that was lost. Okay, and even when we do our DNA, that's if you do your DNA, there's not one someone. We can't say that we're from this one country. I said I wasn't gonna talk about it, but I am. Okay, so we're not talking about that. Okay, what are the history? What's the history? What's the culture? Just like we're sharing you ours. Since y'all say we don't have culture, but we do, and y'all know it, But what is the culture from where you're from? I want to know that. Or who are the people that are sharing that on the internet? TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, Threads, even X. Who are the people who are doing the work? Okay, let us know that. And I challenge y'all. I challenge y'all. I looked up to see when were we the only ones to in America, the only ones celebrating Black History Month. Uh the United States, Canada, and Germany celebrate Black History Month in February. I want to hear from you, Canada in February, Germany in February. I want to really hear from you guys. Um, the United Kingdom, y'all celebrated in October. I want to know, how do y'all celebrate Black History Month in the United Kingdom in October? What do y'all do? Okay. Panama, May, May 31st. Y'all have National Black Heritage Day. What do y'all do on National Black Heritage Day on May 31st? What do y'all do? How do y'all celebrate that? We got 365 days. It is Black History Month all around the world, every day. Let us teach us, teach us who you are, Black diaspora. Teach us, each one of us teach, okay, who we are, what is our culture. What do we like to eat? What do we like to do? Well, how do we like to dance? How do we like to celebrate? How do we live? Okay? What is our impact on society? That's what we should be learning. Not all this, as they say, the diaspora wars. No one cares. You no, that's pity. That's petty. That's pity pat. Okay? Teach us. Let us learn. We all need to learn from each other. Okay? We are a community. Let's come together. Okay? All right. So, yeah. Who's going to take me up on my challenge? That's what I want to know. 365 days. Okay? Let me know. Okay? Who are you? Who are your people? And how are you impacting the world? How do they impact the world? Okay? All right. You can leave that down below, or if you know people or you know links to what I'm asking for, leave those down below on this video on the social media site that you see this on, except Facebook, because yeah, Facebook knows. Okay, and yeah, I love you guys. I love being black. I love being part of the African diaspora, and so should you. Okay. And other than that, talking to you in adult terms.